Hello friends, today we have a rather interesting release and we will start with Hyundai, and the fact that the Koreans have discovered a major update for their Sonata sedan. New items have an important role to play. Competition with such a heavy weight as the Toyota Camry and the Korean sedan has something to offer. Design in the process of the image of the novelty, everyone also used the new corporate design, but now it has become stricter and the novelty has more exclusive lines, while the image itself has been greatly simplified. The Sonata has a new front LED strip. The main quality headlight unit is inscribed in massive air ducts. The rear part has also become larger and more angular. And the trunk lid has become more elongated, thereby imitating a small spoiler. In general, the Sonata has become prettier and this update has benefited it. The interior is better too, with the updated Sonata offering two larger 12-inch curved bezel displays. At the bottom of the rack pulley is a neat climate control sensor unit, and instead of a gear lever, the novelty offers a neat joystick that works on water. The Koreans have not yet announced all the technical data of the novelty, but it is already known that a 2.5-liter petrol turbo 4 with a capacity of 290 forces and 421 newtons of torque is available in terms of car configuration. The N-line package will also be available and there will be a possibility of modification with all-wheel drive, which should have a very positive effect on the characteristics of the four doors. The same package includes new twin mufflers, rims and badges on the body. Companies claim that this is not just an update, but a very large work on bugs, which, in terms of the number of changes, can be equated to a new generation, although it is not. The live premiere of the novelty is at the Seoul Motor Show, which will be held from March 30th to April 9th this year. So you have the opportunity to do this. Aston Martin DBX is one of the most interesting SUVs in its class. It not only has a recognizable appearance, but can have a high-performance version of the DBX 707, which can rightfully be called one of the fastest in its class. Not every sedan can be replaced by the first 100 in 3.3 seconds. But today we are talking about another project that also enjoys attention. On the conditional basis of the usual Aston Martin DBX, and its development was taken up by Mansoria specialists, this is one of the risks of the company's project. Looking at which your eyes do not bleed. The company's designers curbed their wild fantasies and completed a project of strict dark shades. It's just a question of an awkward aerodynamic object and a huge wing at the rear, which, well, does not affect the car's environment in any way. Perhaps it is there for a reason, because the maximum speed of this product is 325 km/h, and in my memory this is the highest figure in the last few years in this class. But with acceleration to hundreds, the tuners somehow didn't work out. In this discipline, the pump DBX needs 3 feelings and 0.8 of a second, which the factory 4-liter V8 and its return of 800 forces and spanning Newton meters moments believes a lot. This is more than the flagman VPX 707 gives out. Perhaps the reason lies in the 24-inch wheels that are shot in DBX from Mansoria, and if you put it on a smaller diameter, the result will be better. Or maybe it's the exclusive interior trimmed with rich Alcantara and aluminum. We know that for sure. We won't know. As well as the cost of the novelty, which the studio has not yet announced, promising to do it a little later. Volkswagen called the service life of the new car, and, according to the companies, it will be 15 years. We are talking about the products of the company itself. Far from all motorists will like such an indicator, because 15 years for a car is somehow not serious. Volkswagen gave a more detailed rationale for this figure. The problem is that modern cars are crammed with all sorts of technologies and semiconductors, and the void of 15 years of the existence of some model will be very difficult for the manufacturer to keep the car software up to date. This means that the evil of the thinkers will not become vulnerable. The second reason lies in semiconductors. This market segment is developing at such a pace that in 10 years it will be very expensive and very unprofitable for companies to produce spare parts with semiconductors for their old cars that they could be repaired. After analyzing this information, the concern came to the conclusion that 15 years is the optimal period during which the company will provide technical support for its cars. In other words, buy now a new Volkswagen in 2038. You will lose any support from the manufacturer. This suggests that rapid progress will lead us to the fact that we will change cars more often, and this pleasure is not cheap. Against this background, car-sharing services will become popular. Friends, that's all for today. Subscribe to our channel so as not to miss new videos. Good luck to everyone and see you soon.